Good morning, students. I hope you all are doing well and have no doubts in the lecture I explained on Saturday. In case any student has any query, you can always ask me on my WhatsApp number. Now, let us begin with the revision of what we did on Saturday. In the previous lecture, we talked about the grammatical elements: subject, verb, object, complement, and adverbial. So, what is a subject? A subject can be a noun or a pronoun. What is a verb? Action words are called verb. A verb can be a transitive verb or an intransitive verb. What is an object? An object can be a noun or a pronoun that is affected by the action of the verb. What is a complement? A complement says something about the subject or the object. It is needed to complete a given expression. What is an adverbial? An adverbial is a word or group of words expressing time, place, and manner of an action or sentence. And then we did the first pattern, that is the subject plus verb pattern. Now today we are going to continue with the second and third pattern. So the second pattern is subject plus verb plus complement. The verb used in this pattern is called linking verb or copular verb. A linking verb or a copular verb links the subject and the complement. It means the linking verb helps to join or link the subject and complement with each other. Now children, if you remember, I told you in the previous lecture that linking verb is an intransitive verb. So, the copular verbs that we use in this pattern are intransitive verbs of incomplete predication. Now, what does it mean when we say intransitive verb of incomplete predication? Incomplete predication, right? It means that the verb needs another element to complete the meaning of the sentence. When we say intransitive verb of incomplete predication, means the verb needs or requires another element to complete the meaning of the sentence. And that another element in this pattern is in the second pattern, right? In this pattern, in the second pattern, the another element that is required to complete the meaning of the sentence is the complement. Now, here the complement describes the subject, and so it is also known as subject complement. A complement can be a noun phrase or an adjective phrase. Now let's move on and see some examples so that you are able to understand what I am saying. Our pattern is subject, linking verb, complement, and I just told you a complement can be a noun phrase or an adjective phrase. So let us first see the examples that have complement as a noun phrase in them. That merchant, that man is a merchant. My brother became the chairman. He remains a bachelor. Now, in these three examples, a merchant, the chairman, and a bachelor, they are the complements, and they are noun phrase. That man is a merchant, that man is the subject, is the linking verb, a merchant, complement, and a noun phrase. My brother became the chairman. My brother is the subject, became linking verb, the chairman is the complement, and the complement here is a noun phrase. He remains a bachelor. He subject, remains linking verb, a bachelor complement, which again is a noun phrase. I hope you have understood. Now let's move on and see some examples with adjective phrase. The food smells delicious. Now here the food is the subject, smells linking verb, delicious is the complement, and here in this sentence the complement is an adjective phrase. The nurse seemed tired. The nurse is the subject, seemed linking verb, tired is the complement, and it is an adjective phrase. His hair turned grey. His hair, subject, turned linking verb, grey is the complement, and it is an adjective phrase. So you see, boys and girls, a complement can be a noun phrase or an adjective phrase, and a linking verb does the work of joining or linking the subject and the complement with each other. If we remove from these examples, if we remove a merchant or the chairman or a bachelor or delicious or tired, grey, if we remove these complements from these sentences, the sentences will be incomplete. The meaning of the sentence will not complete. Hence, to complete the meaning of these sentences, we require another element, and that another element is the complement. I hope you have understood. Now, let us move on to the third pattern. Pattern number 3, the third pattern is subject plus verb plus object. The verb used in this pattern is a transitive verb. A transitive verb is followed by an object. That means a transitive verb requires an object to complete the meaning of a sentence. Now let us see an example so that you are able to understand it more clearly. The dog catches the ball. Now here you can see, boys and girls, the dog catches the ball. The dog is the doer of the action. The action being performed here is catches, and the ball is the receiver. That is our subject, verb, and object. Now what is happening here is, in this sentence, the dog, the dog is the doer or the subject who is passing an action, or the verb catches, to the receiver or the object ball. So here basically the subject is passing an action to the receiver. The dog catches the ball. Now you can very easily make out if a verb is a transitive verb or not. It's very easy, and there are two ways of doing it. The first way is, you ask a question with what. The dog catches what? And the answer that you get is the ball. The dog catches what? The ball. It is the answer. That means the verb is a transitive verb. If you get an answer to the question what that you are asking after the verb, That means the verb is a transitive verb. Second way of doing it is you can change this sentence into passive voice. A transitive verb or a transitive sentence can always be changed into passive voice. If it has an object, you can change the sentence into passive voice. That means the dog catches the ball. The ball is caught by the dog. It means there is a receiver or an object in this sentence. The ball is the object, and that object is called a direct object. The verbs used in this pattern are monotransitive verb. Now, monotransitive, boys and girls, mono means one. So in this pattern there is only one object. I hope you have understood. Let's see an example. The scientist performed an experiment. The scientist performed what? An experiment. The scientist performed an experiment. An experiment was performed by the scientist. So, in these two ways, you can understand the pattern. You can ask the question with what after the verb, or else you can change it into passive voice. If it has an object, it can easily be changed into passive. I hope you have understood both the patterns. Now, the assignment for the day. Write 5 sentences using the pattern subject-verb complement and 5 sentences using the pattern subject-verb object. You can select the verbs from the lists given below. I have given some verbs, linking verbs, and some transitive verbs. So you can select, you can choose 5 linking verbs and make 5 sentences for the pattern subject verb complement, and you can choose 5 transitive verbs and make 5 sentences for the pattern subject verb object. Now please do the work in rough notebook only, and please stick to the pattern while you are making the sentences. You can take a picture of the sentences that you have made in your rough notebook, and you can send those pictures to me on my WhatsApp number till 2 o'clock today or tomorrow. I hope everything is clear to you. Thank you so much. Be safe.